Alright, so we're on Segway, guys. Gonna go on a short ride here, test out this 26-inch front wheel. As I said in the previous video, it is a pretty narrow rim, so you see a lot of rubber on both sides. Not ideal. So I can't recommend this actual wheel, but I'm sure there are other 26-inch setups you guys can find out there, or actually build yourself if you want to stick with the RST fork. So again, if you have a D&M, you could probably just build a 21-inch wheel, unless you're like a super weight weenie and want it to be super lightweight in front. Just riding to this point, yeah, the bike is a lot more slack. Lean back a little bit, the seat's more flatter. So far, I mean, yeah, you can feel it turn a little bit slower. I mean, that's normally what happens when you're using a bigger front wheel. And I forgot to adjust the caliper. So there might be a little bit of noise, but hopefully it just wears in as I'm braking, as I'm riding. A couple caveats as usual. I am running an old school square wave controller that only pumps out 70 amps, so it is going to be a lot slower than your average Sur-Ron. And I'm running a 64T rear sprocket, so it's geared as low as I can possibly get it, as cheaply as possible. I know you can get a different ratio on the primary side to gear it down lower, but yeah, I don't feel like taking off my swing arm. So yeah, let's go ahead and test out this wheel. I mean, even right now when I push down on it, you guys can see the sidewall flex, and yeah, that's at like 30 psi. That's a lot of air in there. Of course, since I'm using just the regular 26-inch bicycle tube, this is like one of those tires that you want to air up every time you go out for a ride, because like, when you let them sit for a while, it just loses pressure. So yeah, when I had pumped this up initially earlier this week, I pumped it up to like 30 psi, and then when I got on it earlier after I put it on, it was at like 20, and it was flexing a lot. So I added some air just to make sure I don't get any pinch flats. It's probably not going to handle very well on the dirt because of that. Again, when it comes to one of the big cons is punctures. So that's definitely something I'm worried about and I'm concerned about, especially around where I live and where I ride, because we have a lot of goat heads. So if I'm not riding on actual dirt, then if I'm riding through the brush, it's probably going to go flat. But because the rim is so narrow, I don't really want to do a tubeless setup either, because if I start running a lower PSI and let's say I hop up a curb and I mess up, or I try to ride up some stairs and I tear that sidewall, then the tire is pretty much going to be a dedicated tube tire, and I already have a tube in it. So, and right now I'm just running in eco mode. I do top out at around 20. Trying to stay class 2. So yeah, road compliance, not bad. I mean, you can see, like, obviously it's not like a balanced tire. It is moving around a lot. I don't know how much demo riding I can do, but you know what? I love having the fender back on there. That's great. Again, it's a 2.8 width tire, but it is still way skinnier than, well, it's just about as wide as the 2.5 V rubber trials tire that I was using earlier when I was commuting. So when it compared to like a 70 by 100 on this really skinny rim, it is really narrow. So there's so much clearance. This rim is probably better off with a 2.5-inch tire. So in the future, if I'm just going to keep this setup, I may run a skinnier tire. The footprint is probably going to be the same as this 2.8. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and hook up to the trail over here, and there's the car there. I'll go ahead and let him pass. See if I get a light. Nope, not going to get the light. So far, it feels good. It feels okay. I mean, I like how the front end is lifted. I contemplated getting riser bars, but now that the bike is more slack and the front end is already lifted due to that front wheel, it feels really good. Oh man, are you serious? Come on, man. And there's a couple cyclists coming. I guess this button's just not working. Oh, it always works when a car's coming. It's designed to annoy drivers. Do my faux pedaling. Okay. So like, yeah, this kind of climate right here, there are a ton of goat heads, and it's so easy to get a puncture out here. Right now it's like, it's 1:27, so the trail should be pretty empty. Not a whole lot of post-lunch riders or walkers. Today is pretty warm too, so I don't expect to see a whole lot of people. I initially wanted to do this ride like sometime in the middle of the week, simply to avoid the crowds, but let's see how it goes. So this isn't a very steep incline, so I don't really feel any you know, the bike sucking at climbing, because you know that's what people complained about. In terms of like agility, doing like skinny stuff like that, no, it's pretty good. Like, it feels good. I like it. So I'll get to once I go through this park coming up, there's going to be another area where I can play around a bit more on the single tracks, some descent, and I'll do some climbs, and then I'll try to find like a technical climb and some tight turns to see how this thing does, because you know, just physics wise, it's by design, it's gonna turn more sluggish, so we'll see how it goes. But so far I like it. It wasn't in danger of a pinch flat going up that little ledge. Keep up my pedaling, the realistic bicycle speed. Let's get back on the dirt. Yeah, so far I'm really liking this tire for what it's designed for. You know, it's a mountain bike tire. So for those people who are actually like doing like dirt biking, or they're running it pretty hard, doing jumps, going on those tracks, this may not be for you. Well, this specific one, you might be able to get away with a wider rim, thicker gauge spokes. I do like this hub because it is more simple. It doesn't have those end caps, the end cap spacers. So like, that was one of the most annoying things when I would you know, take the bike with me to work, to use it at work. It would be just, you know, making sure those end caps don't fall off as I'm getting that front wheel back on. That was definitely annoying. Cool. What's great about having this fender is I am not wearing my goggles and nothing's hitting me in the face. So like before, when I switched over to the Max Cross and I couldn't run a front fender, there's like dirt hitting my chin, going in my mouth, and this is just way better. The bike geometry feels pretty good. It feels good. It does feel more like a dirt bike. Or yeah, I guess like maybe like a downhill bike too, because those are pretty slack. Or like when I'm riding my mountain bike with the seat down, you know, when I'm doing descents. See how these roots go? Great, dude. Feels like they're not even there. These sharp ledges like here, I'm worried about pinch flats if you hit them at a very fast speed. But when I had my my Stealth clone, or whatever, the Coolbix 76 clone, it was always a rear tire that was getting pinch flat. Like if I went over anything, any sharp ledges, like going up a curb at a speed faster than I probably should be going. So we got some roots here coming up. I'm gonna just ride straight through them instead of going around them and see how it goes. So boom, let's just go straight through as if it was some stairs. Yeah, that's great, man. This 26-inch front wheel is awesome. I never thought I would say that about a 26-inch front wheel. All right, let's get some air. We got some small rolling jumps. Pretty stable, no front washout. That I experienced a lot of front end washout with my trials tire. That was super scary. I never liked that. Let's see how it goes through this little chicane. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. Especially like landing anything front wheel, man. Just running the same size tires or a skinnier tire up front just didn't work too well. See how this goes. Yeah. All right. Alright, so let's see how this does on some of the descent. Some of this is pretty steep. Let's come off this little drop here, get me on the seat. A little more. Sweet, man, this front end feels super stable. Super stable. I know it's skinnier, but it feels great. Yeah. Had the front end washout there when I was using the trials tires up front. Yeah, let's get this. Oh. Okay, so this is definitely a keeper setup. Definitely a keeper setup. Would love a wider rim up front though. Let's see how it does on this last drop out here. Cool, man. I'm super confident on this. Yeah. All right. That was that. And let's go ahead and take a look at that hill. I'll turn around and I'll take a look at that hill. So I'll try to do a U-turn here. I don't know. I don't even know if I can do it with the old tires. Let's just do a 3-point. So with the old Max Cross tires, I mean, they're 4-ply, super thick, and yeah, that dude is walking up the hill I wanted to ride up, so that kind of sucks. But you know what? I'll be respectful, give him some space. I'll go up a different hill. So that is a pretty steep hill. I would say, what is that? Maybe a 40. I said it was a 45 in the earlier video, but now. Let's try another hill. And then I'll try a couple of jumps. We'll see how that does. We got this little table right here that they built. You see those logs right there? It's like in between the trees. Pretty cool. So I'll probably hit this jump right here. So it kind of treats this path like a table. So you have these two jumps right here. Neither of them are really lipped. What I'm afraid of is, like, I might push down on the bars trying to find the landing, and then I'll nosedive it. But you know, just keep in mind, just for myself, like, just pull the bars to my chest and I should be good. This is another pretty nice table. It is lipped, so you can get a lot of air. Not gonna hit this. I mean, like, the gauge of these spokes aren't that great. I don't think the rim's gonna taco, but yeah, those spokes don't make me very confident. So this hill is probably what, like a 35, 30. It's still pretty steep, especially as you get towards the top. So let's see how it does. It's staying in eco mode. All right. Let's see how it goes. So it's supposed to be more difficult to climb on this thing. And I can see why people would say that if you're doing, like, you know, like those chicanes. But yeah, this is not bad at all. And there's a dude there. So let's just go down this hill, and then we'll loop around, hit that jump. Okay, so I had a lot of front end instability with even with the Max Cross tires. So I think you know, just the geometry of the bike has improved using a bigger front tire. So the bike feels a lot better. I'm a lot more confident riding it. So I'm probably gonna land on the flat, probably 3/4 across this, simply because I'm a little chicken. Not a big deal. Go ahead and turn around past this point because there's a beehive. And let's see how it goes. I should have maybe worn pads. Alright, let's get my footing. Alright, let's go on the left side. Whew. Cool, landed flat at least. And I don't want to get air on this, but let's just roll it. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to cut the video here and then I'm going to start it again at another spot. Okay, so I'm in a new spot. I'm going to go ahead and flip it over to sport and see how this bike does at around 30 miles per hour on the street. See how this tire feels. But it's great, like having that more, the seat is definitely more flat. So if someone loves doing wheelies, this would probably help. I mean, tires are noisy. Alright, that's probably my back tire. Alright, let's go back to eco mode. And then we'll do some, let's do some more uphill stuff. See how this does. Since it's supposed to adversely affect the climbing ability of this bike, going 21-inch rear. I understand there's like a lift link in the rear that you can buy that can raise it either 3/4 or 1.5. But let's just see how this goes. Oh man, they cleared this all out. I really wanted to go up that. So I am not going to go up that this time. Let's go ahead and snake up this technical stuff and see how it does. So, slow technical stuff is where this bike should really suffer. Being slacked out like this. We'll see how it goes. See if I can put the front down. Yeah, I definitely have to turn the bars more than when I normally go through this. And then we'll go ahead and loop around this way. Go just taking it nice and slow. Nice and slow. Whoa, almost. So I'm definitely not used to that. I almost hit that tree. So it definitely does turn slower on uphills. But like this incline's pretty steep. Let's take it up this way. Go up this way. Also pretty steep. You know, just you shift your body position a little bit and you can pretty much adjust accordingly. I mean, for people who are like really complaining about the bike being like maybe unrideable with a 21 up front and not lifting the rear, I mean that's all in the mind. This bike feels great. I mean, like I was gonna buy riser bars, but let's just keep it as it is. Yeah, having this wagon. Oh. It's not a 29er, but it is a wagon wheel in comparison to that 19-inch. Okay, so we'll go through some more of the technical stuff over here. Right. Cool. So yeah, you got to lean the bike over a lot more on these turns, which is fine, not a big deal. Bike's feeling great. Oop, cactus. Oh, hit the wall there with this front tire. Hey, but you know what? At least you're gonna hit tire long before you hit rim. Let's see if I can get through this section without having to put my foot down. Oh yeah, I did it. Definitely slow front, but feels great overall. Go through there. just drop down through here, so this is pretty difficult with even a bike. Yeah, let's see how it does here. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so that felt a lot better. I mean, coming up to it, looking down, I'm like, oh shit, I might go over the bars. My bad. Oh, hey, let's hit this. So on the 19s, going up that little gutter is also not very easy. Like you just want to stop. But yeah, this big wheel helps out a lot. Maybe I should just get a 29er fork and put a 29-inch wheel up front. Nah. Let's hit these roots. Good in the sand. Good in the sand. Feels great. Side right here. Boom. Too much PSI in the front tire. I totally bounced off that root. Let's just go straight up this root. Yeah. Freaking feels great. Trail is empty. This is just so odd for a Sunday. There's nobody out here at all. Alright, we're gonna hit some more downhill. And then I might do another steep uphill section, see how it goes. Warning bell. Yeah, man, it feels so much better having this wheel up here. Yeah. Just gotta lean over a little more. Feels great. Even with that high PSI, just going down that hill just felt right. Moving day. Oh, let's go through the sand. Yeah. Nice. You know what? I need to do some gravel. Let's go through the sand. Gravel test would be good. See how much the front wants to deviate. But yeah, don't cheap out on tires. So like the cheapest I've seen this front tire is about like 77 bucks, but you know, more than likely after tax and shipping it's going to be around the $80 range. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. Don't get the Mongoose one. That's like 30 bucks. That's a piece of garbage. Jump! 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 Oh yeah, it survived. Nothing wrong with the tire. Nothing wrong with the tire. Alright. We'll hit another climb. I'll do another couple drops at the top of the world over here. And then we'll call it. I'm happy. I mean, I'm not happy with how skinny this rim is, but I'm happy with the performance. Let's go to the other side. Alright, perfect. Yeah, running a rim that like a 30 millimeter wide rim, inner diameter, would probably be pretty badass. Tubeless, run pretty low PSI, like 10 PSI. I think that'd feel great. But yeah, bouncing off the root, hitting it at some speed, definitely a drawback. Alright, so we got another steep hill. First section's pretty steep, and then it kind of levels off. Still a long climb up there. Alright. Still EP mode. Hey, what's up, man? Hit it. Yeah. I'm worried about these. Yeah, so no, it does not have any issues climbing. All the 21 inchers would be complaining about it too. So no, it's great. There's another guy with the e-bike that I just passed right there. Wonder if he ran out of battery. Climbing this hill, it's showing 79 on mine. So I got a lot of battery. I probably ride like this all day. Alright, let's hit the top of the world and see how this does coming down. Yeah, I mean, like, the stability going down is just phenomenal. It's great. Let's just go through the center right here. It's another kind of technical climb. Yeah, just got to lean a little bit more, lean the bike underneath you a little bit more. But that's it. So we got, let's go down this groove. Yeah, let's go down that groove. Woo! Oh, drop at the end. All the sand. Whoa. Oh, that's nice. Let's go down this one next. I'll loop back around. Get the sand. Yeah, feels good. Not an issue. If I see the e-bike guy. Nope, not here. Just chilling. Yeah. Alright, so lean the bike over a little bit. Okay, cool. Alright. Let's see. Should I be ballsy and go down this one? Nah. I see people go down this one. That one's a little crazy too. Yeah, no. Yeah, so far, this front tire's holding up alright. Oh, can I make the angle? Can I make the angle? Yes, I can. Oh, yeah. Cool. Through here. Now, the question is if I can make it up this backside, because there is like some obstacles there. Oh, man. Okay. No, I'm not going to try that. That looks really sharp. Shit, I want to try it. Should I do it? Yeah, why not? This is where my front tire pops. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna happen. That looks a little. Okay, let's take a break here. Well, that was a little embarrassing. Going down it is a lot easier than going up it. Alright, so where should we head to next? Let's just go down this. Let's see if this guy's caught up to me yet. Nope. Alright, you know what? Let's go all the way down the hill. See how it goes. So yeah, the front feels way better. Even with this high PSI, it just feels way better having a mountain bike wheel up front. But you know what? That just might be like me being super biased since I mostly mountain bike. So it would make sense that I would feel better with a mountain bike wheel up front. Let's see how it does on the washboards at the end of this. Where it's just unusually bumpy. Here are the washboards coming up. Yeah, it's taking it fine. Yeah, so far so good. Okay. I'll cut the street stuff out of this video. Well, this old GoPro Hero 3 overheated, so there's a lot of trail that I wasn't able to record. Mostly boring stuff, but I was able to turn it back on for this section, so that should be good. So let's go ahead and hit this jump to the right. Alright, so I hit this earlier today on my Bronson. Oh, nice. Let's go up here. I'm not gonna get any air. Man, it's really upsetting. These old GoPros, they just can't handle the heat. So I was like literally down for like 15 minutes. But again, this nobody in this trail is great. Got people golfing. And just, yeah, this front wheel is also fantastic. So I know there's another user that posted up on YouTube on his experiences. He took his front wheel off an old downhill bike, and it worked well. Hi. Got a bike behind me. It's probably gonna smoke me. Whew. Nice catching up. Might be on the e-bike too. For holes. How's it going? Yeah, let's go through here. Some technical stuff. Alright, nice little creek. Sand compliance, and another kind of difficult pit to get out of. Easy peasy. Yeah, so with this bigger wheel, you might have to get on your feet a lot more and maneuver the bike underneath you more. Move it around underneath you so you can get that extra lean angle for those sharper turns. And I like how the seat feels more level instead of like making you want to slide forward. I know for some people that's gonna take some getting used to, but I mean, it's just kind of like putting your dropper post down when you're gonna descend. So I have a little bit more body clearance to maneuver my body around with this bigger front wheel. I'm just having too much fun. Oh, I wonder what that was. Oh, bikes going the other way. Ooh, feeling the front suspension really work on that one. Yeah, I don't really see bikes coming down this way. Another steep hill. Let's do it. Should I try the... I mean, that's not even a 45, so... This bike should make it up there. There's a lot of glass, though. That's what I'm worried about. I don't know. Let's see. I don't want to have to stop halfway again and bail on another video. Man, that is steep. That is steep. Let's see if I come up at an angle. Oh, lots of glass here. Flip it in sport just in case I don't have the power. Go up towards the right. Whoa! Shit! This bike ate it like it was nothing! Look at that! I wasn't even full throttling. Okay, cool. 26-inch front wheel. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. Cool. You know what? It can do tight turns. I don't know what people are talking about. No problem. Feels great. Feels right. 21-inch front wheel must feel awesome too. Too bad I'm never gonna try it. Sport mode! Woohoo! Oh, there's a car up here. That is interesting. Alright, well, I'm gonna stop in the shade and then I'm gonna cut this video. Glad to get out here today instead of having to wait until the middle of the week. Thank you, warm weather, for scaring people away from riding on this trail or just being out here in the afternoon. Yeah. So like 79%, 62.6 volts. So yeah, looks awesome. That 26-inch front wheel is fantastic. It is narrow. That sucks, but you know what? It wasn't that big of an investment, and for what I do, it should work out fine. It's going to be super convenient when I load it and offload it on the daily basis, not having those end caps on the edges of the hub. So these things are actually attached, so I don't have to worry about those things falling off. And yeah, I mean, again, yeah, that's so narrow, so narrow. But it fits well. Plenty of clearance on the fork on this 2.8. And most importantly, the RST Black is the same as the RST White. So if you're thinking you're going to be able to clear a 21-inch wheel because you upgrade to that, yeah, you're going to be mistaken, and you're going to find out that the clearance is identical. Oh yeah, I'll save this for another video, but I do have a trailer now, so that's another thing that that helps me use this thing at work. So that's it. Hopefully those of you guys who are stuck with the RST fork and really want to go 21-inch but don't want to upgrade the fork, this is going to be probably your best option. D&M guys, you can go with the 21. There's plenty out there that are already built. A lot of local shops will just build them for you, especially here in Southern California. There are some that have already done it. If you watch other 21-inch videos, and like a lot of bike shops will be able to build you a 21-inch wheel if you need it, like if you're running an RST killer fork. Again, if you're running RST killer fork, highly recommend upgrading the the spring on the left leg to a RockShox dual crown domain extra firm, just to deal with the extra weight. Some people have stiction issues where it goes down and doesn't pop back up, and that factory extra firm spring, the black spring that comes in it, is really weak. So that's that upgrade works fine. There's an X-Fusion dual crown spring that also works for a 36mm extension. There are some videos out there showing people how to do it, but once you loosen this pinch bolt on the top crown, you should be able to take this off. I think it's a 21mm, and then just attached to it, there's going to be a rod, the preload spacer. Just reach in with some needle nose pliers, pull out that spring, drop in the new one, take off that preload spacer. It's going to be a 5mm bolt, so just use a 5mm Allen and then the 21 on the end here. Pop that off, and then just use like about 2 inches of 3/4 inch PVC to fill in that gap, and the fork will just feel phenomenally better. So highly recommend that. But this 26-inch wheel, I'm super happy with it. Does everything I want it to do. In terms of like those pros and cons on sacrifice, in terms of handling, I don't really see it. It feels great. The cons that you should worry about is just like wheel strength, you know, tire durability, you know, when it comes to punctures, and you know, tire options obviously is not going to be that great for 26, since they kind of phased those out a few years ago. Well, they're not phased out, but they're not as mainstream. So a lot of companies that used to have really great tires, they're just gone now. So that sucks. All right, so that's going to conclude this video. Hope you guys got a lot of good information.